Hello, good day everyone. This is Wally. I am going to be giving a tour of my island for Animal Crossing New Horizons. If you're interested in checking out the dream address, it is for WallEworld and the dream address is up there. I do plan on doing some Twitch live streaming address down below to the right. Very excited to have you here today. I hope you enjoy my massive tour. This will be in depth. There is quite a bit to go through. My island is somewhat overwhelming in places, but let's go ahead and get started. First leg of our tour is something I'm very excited about. This is my double wide castle. It's just got finished about 2 weeks ago. I did have to force my neighbor to move in with me. They were willing but hesitant, but it turned out really great. I have a backdoor access, of course, so you can come and go. One of the fun features for this is you will see the residents coming in and out of it all day long, which is just fun. I love to see their little heads pop through, and some will hide back there and just kind of jump out, and it makes it very enjoyable. Of course, since we are a rich, affluent island out here, we also do have our personalized parking with our luxury vehicles. More to come with that. Now we're going to start on this back half, no particular order of things, but just for flow of sake. You will notice that I have a great fondness for these giant snow crabs over here. This one is protecting his golden anchor. Please do not touch, he will get angry. But there's quite a few of those. Actually, after starting these live streams, I've noticed just how many I have, and it actually is kind of comical. Of course, we have a community garden so people don't starve to death, some fruit because we like variety. It is the spice of life. Now, I am somewhat of a nerd level, so of course my island had to have an arcade that is fully functional. We can play the foosball, we've got some racing, of course lots of arcade games, and my favorite thing of all is my gyroids. They are particularly placed so when you get back here they go crazy, they're swinging arms, they're very aggressively enjoying their games, which is just fantastic. All of my gamer friends, this is my tribute to them because a lot of them act like these gyroids at times during their games. And then this little guy over here is probably me. He's so frustrated. All he wants is to get that bear, but he'll never get it. He never gives it to us. Now back here, we have just our fun little simple Western theme. A little bit of a cowboy thing going on here. Not too interactive, but we do have a cute little horse. She rides. Rides at dawn, rides at evening, rides whenever you want. That's the beauty of Animal Crossing. Okay, and up here, I will warn everyone now, I am a huge fan of pink, so if you're not a pink fan, this may not work for you, but the color, huge fan of the color. We have our Island Carnival, complete with literally every single stitch of every Plaza toy I could cram into here, as well as the festival dance stage. There is nothing more soothing than watching the animals on the island come over here and just start dancing. It is just adorable, and we love to see it. It makes me want to dance too. Also, because we are old school here, we do have our Mario editions as well. If you've not seen these coins pop up in your Nook shopping, I highly recommend. I could sit here all day and run back and forth and just hit these coins. I am and will add the new boxes that came with that fantastic update as well. Then circling around towards here, for whatever reason, I have decided that my island, of course, does need a coin laundry. I did design these back panels, and I do have all my designs uploaded on the designer app if you so choose. I'm particularly the most proud of this design. I think it looks ultra realistic, but we have this so the island residents can go ahead and do their laundry, but we also air dry our clothes because we care about the environment on this island. I know it's kind of weird to see a coin laundromat on some islands, but we like it here. We like a little variety and a little weirdness. Coming back up here, one of my most favorite features, of course, is our nightclub at night. This is fantastic to look at. We got music playing. It's got a good vibe. There's drinks. There's already customers. When you feel in the mood, you can start doing some dart games, all kinds of stuff. Very fond of this this environment too. The flooring was also downloaded on the designer app. I did not make these, but they are there. And I believe in another video I do show what the titles are, so you can go and download them for yourself. Okay. Uh-oh, balloon. I'll have to get that later. Up at the very tippy top, we have revised this island in many different forms. I was going back and looking at some old videos and pictures I have, and things have changed consistently. So this used to be way down below and not as nice looking, but we do also have a pet shop. Some other thing you'll definitely see in my island is I always try to have my mannequins as the store representatives because, quite frankly, I think it gives a little apocalyptic feel when there's no customers in the stores looking at things, and it's kind of weird to walk into a space and have it just kind of there and no one watching it. So we love to say hello to all of our store representatives. They work hard, they get paid very little, and, you know, sometimes they just give me the cold shoulder like this one, but that's okay. The customers look happy, so that's great. Also, I do kind of feature some of my favorite sea creatures and catches. If you caught one of the lives recently, you'll notice that we did try to go catch us some tarantulas. Here is my proof that I did at one point, at least once, catch a tarantula. Funny occurrence towards the end of that live, but there's my evidence. Pictures or it didn't happen, and it did. Also, since we are such a large island with now we have guests in a hotel and constant foot traffic, we also added an additional post office with our, of course, amazing postmaster. She is willing to take packages. We rival all the biggest shipping companies out there. And so there she is, ready to ship mail with the Dodo Airlines. And again, a tribute to my nerd self. I do also have a D&D and Magic card shop in here. I don't have a representative in some places because some are just fun to go and play with the cash register, go and sit down, fiddle with the toys. Again, here's the claw machine. We got dice, all that fun stuff. So my residents can come here, get locked in and play a good round of MTG or whatever they feel like playing. So all games accepted here. Then for real life, I am absolutely obsessed with things like aliens, government conspiracies, and space and all that fun stuff. So of course we had to go ahead and make an observatory. This I really like because it is prime real estate for when the stargazing showers happen. I have slowly but surely collected lots of space goodies. So I do have my lunar landing. We do have our crewed spaceship and, of course, our giant satellite so far. However, Celeste, please, for the love of Pete, come back soon and give me my UFO recipe. That is the one thing that I have coveted and wanted for years. I have big plans for when I have that UFO. If you don't know, it is the cutest thing ever. It does spit out a little cow and abducts it, and it's just awesome. I also really love spooky things, ghost stories, haunted places, so I did have to, of course, make a tribute to that. In particular, this, if you visit at night or see me playing at night, is very awesome. I do have it set up so it has fog in the background. Obviously, you can interact and make spooky things happen. The skeleton way back there actually does look like it's coming towards you in the fog, so very interactive, lots of movement. Now, to kind of go with the weird nerdy theme, if you haven't caught on by now, I do also have a secret lab complete with lots of interesting toys and gadgets to play with. We even have a personal robot to assist in the lab, so you can come and be your own mad scientist and experiment on all kinds of fun stuff. This one, though it is small, it did cost quite a pretty penny. At some point I will absolutely add to it as we go on, but for now she is small but mighty. Now, another silly feature that makes me chuckle is my superhighway. I did handcraft this. It is always busy. There's always traffic no matter what time of day, and it is unfortunately perpetually a 24-hour traffic jam, though we have traffic control, safety crossings, the whole 9 yards. I'm not exactly sure where they're coming from, but you know, it's use your imagination. It's Animal Crossing. That's the beauty of this game. So we have lots of different things. If you're safe enough to cross the street, you can go get snacks. Of course, we have a giant Godzilla that is interactive as well. He is guarding his active volcano. And then there's a little air helicopter back there too that can fly and attack Godzilla. So on this island, we are rich and affluent because we focus on investment strategies such as our Bell Orchard. If you're not aware, I do encourage this as being a very good way to get income. Daily, you'll see the glowing places that you can dig up. If you put 10,000 bells in there after you take away the 1,000 bells and you come up and you plant them as a nursery bell sapling, they do take a few days to mature. We have a few days left. As soon as these get planted and mature, we will harvest and become rich again. Another thing I really enjoy are my gnomes. I enjoy them in real life, so you will see these across the island a little bit more than the giant snow crabs. But we have one fighting a T-Rex, which is always fun. Rawr, very good stuff. And then this one has a tiny, whimsical, itty-bitty, the most adorable tiny horse I've ever seen on Animal Crossing. So they have an island within an island on top of an island. So then over on this side, we do have our campsite, which reminds me, we actually do have a new residence that moved in too. So at one point, we will go visit him. Another tour I plan on doing, but not today because I don't know how many of you want to be here for 2 hours. I have painstakingly designed most of these homes. So it is what I call gated community because we care about our residents on this island. Some of them are captive. They're not allowed to leave. My favorite one being Marina. She lives over here. She's a pink octopus, by far my favorite. She's home, but we won't stop by. And then this is our new guy. He is one that we unfortunately will need to adjust because our Ken has left us, and because he has left us, the design is now incorrect. Of course, we have an outdoor theater, complete with popcorn, luxury seating, because we are very bougie in this island for sure. Real fast, do want to give a shout out to these new updates. I absolutely love that we have a hotel nowadays that we can design. I think it's very fun to sometimes just go in, design, not have to worry about building, crafting, buying. So love the new updates, think that's amazing. Now, what would an island be on without a seaside restaurant and resort? So of course, naturally, we do have a seaside restaurant with buffet, top-notch service, rare fish to go and observe. Of course, you have gnome visitors to keep you company. I have a few special drinks out there. Also, one quirky little thing I have just kind of laughed about constantly with Animal Crossing is it's an animal island filled with animals, but they fish and they cook. They cook said fish and eat said fish. So I've always thought that was a little interesting. But again, you know what? It's a game. It's exciting. We use our imagination, and that's okay. They gotta eat something, I guess. So that is our bar. We have a nice bonfire for the nighttime sit and tell spooky stories around. And then we are going to go back up this way. Please don't peek and ruin the surprise for the second half of the island. And we're going to go over the bridge and through my tiny wood to see the other portion here. Now, this eyesore is a catastrophe that I have worked on multiple times. It is frustrating me. My last live, I started finally developing a little bit more, but this will be a schoolhouse. Like I said, it's constantly redone. I just can never seem to get it quite right. So hopefully if I ever get a following, or maybe you perhaps could put some suggestions down in the comment boxes. I am more than willing and happy to listen to what you have to say, because she is looking rough right now, but that's okay. For now, she can stay there and think about what she did. A new addition that I am proud of, but am in the process of kind of developing a little bit more, is my 1950s diner. The background panels are also something that I designed. This is something that I will continue to work on. I do eventually want to put the jukeboxes all the way across to give it that light up feel at night. It's got some good vintage music playing. Of course, it's fully staffed and always fully occupied, because who does not love a good 1950s nostalgic bar? Over here we have a playground that is not accessible at all to play with, but the vibe is there, and it'll go with the school once it finishes. Or never. Maybe I'll delete both. Who knows? Over here, of course, we care about our island health and fitness and well-being. So we do have full basketball courts as well as a Planet Fitness, anytime, just that standard community 24-hour gym that people can go to, for health purposes. That's the vibe I was going for here. When you're done, please wipe down the equipment. But for this week only, we do have 10% off for all the residents and a referral program if you decide to join. Now, up here is actually one of my favorite spots on the island. It is simple, but I think it's gorgeous. I like the music that we chose for this section. If you haven't caught on by now too, each section is designed with its own kind of soundtrack. So if you stand in there or you interact, you actually do get a whole new immersive experience. So it actually is like you're going in and out of these buildings, which I like. But this is my plant shop. I enjoy the plants. I think the background that someone designed is amazing too. It goes really great with the stall look. So highly recommend adding a plant shop to yours. Come on over, check out your own plants, and take them home with you today. Now back here, again, we've already seen the community island, but this is one of my quirkier additions that I am just plain obsessed with it. I really enjoy the sounds that we created for it, but it is our shopping market where the residents can come, pull things off the shelf, buy their groceries, so it's convenient. We are on DoorDash now, so they can get their grocery delivered to them as needed. But I do, just in general, this song in the background, pause for effect, will get stuck in your head. You're welcome. If it's stuck in your head now. Then up here, of course, is kind of the main component. I do try to keep things pretty localized. So when I started the island, back when I was a mere tent goer, we did have, this is just everything is connected for like the normal game. So Nook Cranny, the Able Sisters, and so forth are all in a centralized location, which you can kind of see on the map. Now, originally, we did have one shopping center. This was our main strip. Of course, I do love to shop, and I do love girly things, so I had to have my very own boutique with diamond rings, sparkly things, and all the clothes I could ever want, including one of my favorite gyroids ever. This is a squeakoid. I am obsessed with these as well. I love them. She's sassy, she's energetic, and she is always very excited to see me when I come into this boutique. Next, one of the most visited locations on the island for myself especially, because I am constantly moving and going, is my Do It Best location. It is complete with fully interactive services such as access to my home storage, which is very helpful so I don't have to run in and out of places. We have our workbenches, we have our ATM, we have our sassy representative who is there to help us. She's got power tools now, which is kind of cool. And then of course, what Ace Hardware Do It Best would be if we didn't have our popcorn machine. If you know, you know. Depending on what community you've gone to, what you grew up in, you know for sure that your hardware store has a popcorn machine. Of course, we have restaurants fully staffed with really nice representatives to cash you out. Chefs in the back working vigorously, flailing his little arms around trying to get this food cooked. We have someone managing the buffet for us because we're a 5-star restaurant, and of course beautiful seating for us. There's some more cooked fish on the Animal Crossing island. We leave that there. And then dessert cart as you leave. Fortune cookies for everyone. We also have, again, because I do love pink, pastel theme, we have an interactive toy store that this has gone through a couple revamps too. I'm never fully satisfied with it, but for now, it'll do. Got balloons for that whimsical, not balloons, I apologize, bubbles for that whimsical look, and all the toys you could possibly ever want. Then again, according to our health and safety for our island residents, we also do have a 24/7 urgent care. All insurance is accepted because we want everyone to stay alive on this island without any injuries. There is a doctor waiting to see you, welcoming, and they'll get you in and out as soon as possible. Now, for years, we just had this main shopping experience. But recently I decided that wasn't enough. So I've added to it. Now we have Shopping 2.0. Behold, are more streamlined, condensed. This one's more of not as interactive, just kind of a looky-loo, but we do have a pharmacy. So after you visit your urgent care, you can come over here and the Stole will take care of you with all of your health needs. Again, I'm kind of a nerdy, crafty person, so I had to pay tribute by making myself my very own sewing and craft room, complete with projects that I will always be working on, because if you know a true crafter, there's always something they're doing and they're never ever going to finish different projects for long lengths of time. Now, we are bougie on this island. I cannot stress that enough. We are rich, we are affluent, we are fancy. So we naturally do have our own bank that is not controlled by Tom Nook, that extortionist. We have piles of gold, we have stacks on stacks of money, and of course we have our very energetic, frazzled, poor secretary who shakes her head no every time I show up, and I just try to say hi to her, and I think my presence really just upsets her. So she goes wild, she goes ham, but she's still here, so she's doing a good job. For my sentimental folk, of course, we do have a lovey-dovey chapel, complete with a happy couple that is blowing kisses at each other because it's so darn cute. An energetic preacher, the rings, we didn't forget the rings, so lots of good stuff there. And I do enjoy reading as well, so I, of course, had to make myself a little study nook to read. It is ambient at night. It's very relaxing. This is one place that doesn't have sound because it is, of course, a library and we have to be quiet. All right. So one last little leg of the tour here. Of course, we have some beach access with some games, some perpetual bonfires. We do be loving our pink flamingos with the pink pergola and the confetti, and it's always a party over here. You just kind of have to choose your vibe. Either you're going somewhere calm or you're going somewhere overstimulating and wild and glowing and moving and lots of good stuff like that. Finally, we'll wrap up over yonder here. Our entrance, ironically, it is kind of a funny idea. It recently became a lot simpler, so when someone does choose to visit my island, they're met with a very nice, happy, calm concept. It looks peaceful. You're like, oh, this could be a nice island to visit. You're looking around, it feels safe, and then you very quickly realize that it is jam-packed with about every possible thing you can think of. So, yet another giant crab. They're all over. My gnome in my tube is one of my prized possessions, as well as my sphinx. And of course we have, this is the prime gyroid of our island as well. Last but not least, we have our sirens to help call in ships to the shore. We have Gulliver and the lots of pirate crashing and saving that goes on here quite often. Many pirate outfits given. Now, one final secret little tidbit before I let you go. Our island, the way I've designed it, is full of surprises. It's interactive, it's vibrant, there's a good variety, but there is one thing that I absolutely love. Our island has one secret, and if you visit in a dream, you can come play and check this out, but we do have secret tunnels. The secret tunnel does take us to the other side of the island, spits us out, and we're back over here by the hotel and all that fun stuff. So if you come and you want to check out my residence homes, my home, all that stuff, please feel free to do so. I also have a tour that's going to be posted for the inside of my home as well. Again, my name is Wally. I will be on Twitch. My address is down below, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. If you'd like to come help me with designs, just sit back and relax. Again, my focus is really just going to be a chill night. You know, we're going to relax. It's a way to unwind in the evening before bedtime. Just somewhere a safe place to be quiet and enjoy the evenings together. So again, thank you. Please like and subscribe. I know this one was a little bit long, but quite frankly, there was a lot to see. All right, you have a fantastic day. Can't wait to see your island. If you would like, also please include your dream address and we will certainly take a visit. Thank you again. Have a great day. Bye everyone.